There, welcome back to my channel Code Canvas, where we explore the extraordinary in the ordinary. Before we dive into today's video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this. Let's get started. So, in today's video, we are going to discuss one CSS property, grid row. This property specifies a grid item size and location within a grid row by contributing a line, a span, or nothing to its grid placement. So this property is one of the useful property in grid layout. Possible values are in CSS. Let's say this is one grid, for example, grid 1. And how can you use this property? Grid row 1 or something like this 1 by 3. So this is a shortened property that you can use with multiple values. Grid row, you can also use minus value, negative value. Also you can add span in the value as well. So let's see how this property works in with actual example. Okay, so one more thing before we move into example, you can also add here some grid area. So how this some grid area is in HTML. Let's say you have this main tag here. Okay, main area or sidebar. You can use this, you can select this tags as well in terms of this value, grid row value. Okay, so there are multiple possible scenarios that you can use this grid row CSS property. Let's go to one actual example. So in our example, what we are going to do, we will add one div with id, or you can add a class as well, grid class. And here we have three divs here. So class item 1, and we have total 3 items here. So let me copy two more items, item 1, item 2, and item 3. Okay, so nothing for now. Here in the CSS class grid, first of all, for grid layout, you need display grid property, right? After that, you have three more class, item 1, that is background color red, and we will add two more items, item 2 and item 3, with background color green and blue. It should be item color item 3. Okay, so this is item number 3. Okay, so now nothing for now, because in this grid we haven't added grid properties. So let's add height 200 pixel or 250 pixel. Okay, so now we have three grids here. All right, so now, yeah, we have 250 height, three grids here, right? So what we can do here, grid template columns, we will add 200 pixel, or let's make it 300 pixel, the width of these columns, that is 300 pixel. Okay, and last value for a grid is grid template rows. We will repeat these rows 6 times. All right, so you will see the difference now. So now we have these three rows. So when you hover this here, you see 1 2 3, and below that you can also look at three more rows here, right? You see 1 2 3 4 5 6, total 6 rows we have here, because we have added this value grid template rows 6. That's why this grid system will divide this complete container with 6 rows. Okay, so this was for grid template rows and for grid container. All right. So the next thing is, in item 1 we are not going to do anything. In item 2 we will add our property grid row. So how can you do that? Grid row. Here with grid row, apply to 4 and see how this property works. So reload, and now let's hover it out. Here this is a shortened property, right? The shortened property for grid row start, grid row end. So when you say grid row start, it starts from row number 2. That's why it is starting from here. Okay, let's change it to something else. For example, let me change it to 1, and see now it is starting from first row. That's why second is there. And when you add 4, that is grid row end. So it is ending, the end of this grid is just before row number 4. So let me make it 3, so you will see the difference. So see, when you apply 3, it will end just starting area of third numbers row. Okay, so let's make it 4. So this is a very good example to understand how this grid row property is useful. Okay, let's see. Let's add one more property, the same property in item 3, grid hyphen row. Here we will add span space 2 space 7 and see what it is doing. Now let's hover here. Here what we have done, in starting in grid row start value we have added span. So as per this definition, it is specifying a grid item size and location. So location is number 2, but it is contributing a line or span. So here we are adding span. Okay, and because we have added row and grid row and a 7, this is why it is adding ending this proper grid, this third grid item at the number of 7, seventh number. So let's make it 6. You will see the difference. So right now if you are making 6, it will be like this. Okay, and grid row start and grid row end. So using grid row property, you can utilize the maximum functions we have with our grid layout, and it is very useful when you are dealing with a table kind of layout using grid. So you can calculate the space, you can set the grid within the specified area. Let's talk about browser support. So this grid row property supports almost all the latest browsers using Chrome, Edge, Safari, Firefox, and Opera. So you can use without any compatibility issue. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. You can visit my channel. I have created more than 300 videos, and in previous videos I have tried to explain a few grid related CSS, so you can visit. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Stay tuned for my next video and hit the bell icon to get notified. You can leave a comment down below to let me know what you would like to see next. See you in the next video. Bye.